Skin decision before and after. Board certified plastic surgeon Dr. Sheila Nazarian, along with Tesla investor Justin Atiabi. Welcome to both of you. Justin, we've got you on for a specific reason today because you were the victim of an attack, an anti-Semitic attack. We don't want to identify the attacker. We're going to play some audio. We don't want to identify the attacker because we know police are doing their due diligence in this, and that will all come out in the meeting. But I want to play some of the sound, and then you can explain what happened to us. Listen to this. 15 seconds of sound. This is somebody on the side of the road going after Justin Atiabi because he had an Israeli flag on his dashboard. Watch.
You're a nobody. Get the out of America. You.
I'm American.
You're not in America. Go back to your country, you Zionist piece of shit.
That's assault, by the way.
Shut the up. Come outside and speak your in front of everybody.
You're
Are
blocking
you a tough
traffic.
guy? I'm not scared of the police, you idiot.
That's how it ended. Justin, how did it start?
Started by me just doing nothing, driving down the street, heading to an appointment, and I have the footage before that shows that there was nothing that provoked this, and
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of is that this guy saw a flag the day after 2 people were assassinated, murdered in Washington, D.C.
Were you surprised? Were you taken off guard? Did he make signals? What was the interaction?
The interaction was someone feeling righteous and even said the words that he's doing a good deed to seek out somebody who might be Jewish and accost them and beat them in the street.
Yeah.
And what I think about is all the people out there that might not be able to defend themselves, and
Right.
like other people, Sheila, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I didn't speak up for people that aren't as capable to defend themselves in situations like this.
I want to play the sound one more time for you. I think it's important to play this. Just the back and forth. I want to play this. And you keep in mind, this is in Los Angeles. Watch.
You're a nobody. Get the out of America. You.
I'm American.
You're not in America. Go back to your country, you Zionist piece of shit.
That's assault, by the way.
Shut the up. Come outside and speak your in front of everybody.
You're
Are you a
blocking
tough
traffic.
guy? I'm not scared of the police, you idiot.
You were here helping us with the coverage of the breaking news of the double murder in Washington, D.C. Here it is a day later. I mean, what do you think?
Trace, honestly, it's open season on Jews. That's what I think. I think every Jewish person should be armed. I think that every Jewish person should be empowered. This is the result of decades of indoctrination of young people, either in the homes or in our K through 12 or on the college campuses. And it's a failure of leadership to act, to show people that this is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. How else would this person feel so empowered on video to say these things and behave this way?
If he was not empowered. What's your next step with police, Justin?
You know, I understand that the police are very busy with, important matters, and there's a lot of crime out there that needs to be addressed, and I respect that. The thing that worries me the most is that just because it starts with words with me, that it might not end with words with someone else, and
Right.
it could just be a matter of time, like we just saw a couple days ago, that
Yeah.
people don't even have time to grieve about their loved ones being murdered.
When you talk about a couple of days ago, I want to very briefly get your take on this. The Washington Post getting slammed for this ex-post, right? Here it is. The killings of 2 Israeli embassy staffers amplify confusion felt since October 7, 2023. Attacks about where Jews belong.
My God. I mean, it's just another example of not saying, embassy people were murdered by a terrorist. No, everything's soft. Everything's playing both sides. Where do Jews belong? Maybe they don't belong here. I mean, it's just, again, it's not setting a hard line of saying this is not acceptable. It's saying, well, maybe it is acceptable. Maybe there's confusion and we have to question if Jews belong in America. I mean, I just want to give a message also, Trace, to everybody. You think that, let's say the Jews are all out of America. Let's say we get the Jews out of America. You think that these Islamists and Hamas lovers are going to stop there? No, they're going after the Christians next. They're going after the Hindus next. They're going after everybody else next. It doesn't stop with the Jews ever, history has shown.
Justin, I've got 10 seconds. Would you like to add to what Sheila is saying?
I think it's a massive waste of time that people like Sheila and people out of Israel and Jews worldwide and throughout history have to repeat and try to live to defend themselves when they could be doing other things to
Right.
contribute to humanity forever.
Justin Atiabi, Sheila Nazarian, thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.